Mendez to play some game. So here we go again. I mean, this is basically for second place in the division, because if I beat them, they beat me once, and I beat them this time. If I beat them this time, we're both gonna be tied for 6 and 4. We came a long way from where we're at. I'm probably only going to do one make because I just bought Contra and Duke Nukem 3D. I don't care what y'all think. I grew up on Duke Nukem 3D, and I'm probably going to kick ass and chew some bubblegum tonight. But that's later on. I don't know if I'm going to broadcast those games or not. I might. It just depends on what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't care. I really don't want him to give you that much. Okay. At least we got an A like all. I'm not too worried about that. Mickey's just starting to do some plays. But I don't know, for 2 years, I just... Pillman's walking. I got... What the fuck you took, Pillman? No. Echo, you're not that bad of a force. I really just understood. Greedy bastard. Oh well. Here we go. Let's play. We gotta beat him. We should have beat him the first time, but I left. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be on the ground when I don't want to talk about it. Not at all. But every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest. Oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rains, no sleep, hell. Keep it on me 'cause my name ring bells. People see me and can't help themselves.
Camara Drive-In. It's a coach. You're watching Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara. Fresh off a big performance a week ago.
Well, this venue will host Super Bowl 55 in a couple years' time, but for now, we've got non-playoff football here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
Play fake. Winston. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Oh, that was man.
Let's keep bringing it.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Play action now, Winston. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
Jameis throwing here, that's complete to Perriman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Pretty good right now.
Running on first down, Eckler. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Come on, he's going to be a touchdown.
So here are the Saints under longtime head coach Sean Payton. They'll be led out by the all-time passing leader in NFL history at 40 years of age now, Drew Brees.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
He'll have a first down past the 40, the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
I don't want to look at that.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Winston. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. And Gibbs got it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
That's not good.
The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Breeze. Ginn has it complete.
What were you doing?
Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Going it down by 1. They've only stopped this run.
A reminder that coming up later tonight, a good one on Sunday Night Football. We'll see what could have been a playoff matchup a season ago. The Bears and the Rams from L.A. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football from down in Mexico. Mexico City, to be precise. The Chiefs and the Chargers going at it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Draw play, Winston to Jones. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Three bucks. He's checking. Let him go.
From the 45 on second down, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Winston. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Completes it to Jason Witten. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Ronald Jones unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the Saints will have the football back. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
No, we lost it.
Ready? 5-8.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They ended up taking a loss on the play. Only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
On the return is Mickens. Whoosh. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Jameis Winston and the rest of the Bucs set to begin this next drive. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field. Try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, the little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point.
No.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called.
I don't trust it. Let's see if we can get... If we can get a quick slant.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Final play of the half here, Winston. And this is caught by Evans. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we toss it an hour. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
I was trying, guys. Okay.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. They start the second half with Kamara, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
Oh, come on. We can't
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze. He's got Smith here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. First carry for a Central Florida alum, Latavius Murray. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
Come on. Check 26, check 26.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to work.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Now Winston looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give a skosh of credit.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? Right. It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
We're just going to sim through this because, honestly,
Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
What? 28 points?
Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
We're just going to send this.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got...
Shut up. I'm going to drink. God damn it. Now I'm 5 and 5. No one gets upgrades because y'all fucking suck that game.
Yeah. Honey, I dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas.
Go to the Falcons.
Crash. Then when
I don't want to look at my division now. I'm that.
Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance.
That's
Jump
right.
in the stands. No man up.
Back at the bottom.
Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I
Damn
want.
it.
They do
I beat the Falcons. That puts me back to 6 and 5.
I will not crash.
I'm still going to be.
Yeah.
They
could they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual.
This
If
is
you
fucked
beat
up
that
play.
decision unanimous, hit dials. I don't think they can handle it.
If I beat the Falcons, that puts me at 6 and 5.
Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious.
Even if the Saints and Panthers lose, I'm still going to be in third place in my division.
I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate.
Let's see.
I do my dance. Jump in the stands.
not what
Jump
I
in the man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me.
Look at that.
I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put in the
Okay.
I will not crash. 100-yard dash.
I was doing a nice little rent streak.
100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Oh, okay, so
I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am. It's noted in keeping it low key. I can carve the D like a turkey. Or run straight to the D like a train. Shit, we ain't taking no losses.
Two
It's
more.
all about
If I
making
beat
the game.
them
I hear a
on
lot of
those
trash
two
talk.
games,
We
I
call it
might
making
have
a
a
name. I put on the Jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around
But
to tumble.
let's see
Next
here.
time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble.
do
Rumble,
this?
young man, rumble.
Oh, okay, so one of them's going to take an L.
Now watch me juke through the
Okay,
chest.
so-
Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet.
I would really like the Saints to take the L. But that still puts the Saints and Panthers at 7-4 each. No? Saints lose, that'd be 7-4. Panthers should be 7-3. Oh, shit. I don't know. I don't know who I want to win that game. I don't know who I want to win that game. Because if the Panthers win, they go 7-3, the Panthers go 7-4. But you still have me, even if I win, I'm 6-5.
Switching these flows, if you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell, as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nicky, no